So let's go to the questions. Mark wants to know, can you tell me about AdReel? Yeah. Here's the thing about video ads and why we might want to think about those in general in the first place. Video ads, I can get traffic on demand just by paying for it. That's what paid traffic is. And I'll talk a little bit about some of the tactics and stuff there. But people that I engage with on Facebook, well, they'll see what's on my feed if we're friends, or if they like my one of my pages, or you guys in the private Facebook group. You'll all kind of see my posts and stuff like that. But if I want to expand my business, the way you do that is you reach out to people that don't know you yet. You get in front of more eyeballs. And video ads, I won't get into all the data and stuff like that, but they are like the best way to do such a thing. You put a little something together and a call to action, and you use that. You'll see these all the time as sponsored. Let's just find one real quick. Sponsored links on your feed. So you guys kind of know, probably get what I'm talking about there. So ads are the way to go. The problem I have with ads is that, well, they can be kind of tough to create, especially, if you're starting from like this. You have to create the content and you have to make it visually engaging and all that good stuff. So, I don't know, a lot of times for ads, what I like to do is, again, use templates or a system that I can pick something I like, modify it, and then have me like a proven, tested kind of ad. And there are a bunch of places and systems out there to get these kinds of things. I'll show you a couple. One that is launching this week is from my buddy Ryan Phillips, and it's called AdReel. And I'll go ahead and put my link in the chat box for that. I got some bonuses and stuff for you guys, that type of deal. But that being the case, what I want to do is just kind of touch on this particular system in the form of a real quick review. First thing I like about this is it's beautiful. It is software in the cloud, software as a service, and Ryan has a team of developers that are just amazing compared to a lot of the crap that's out there when it comes to, these kinds of products. This is top notch. Like I say, it's beautiful. They've got some really good tutorials. You get help, support. So first off the bat, it meets a bunch of my criteria for the kinds of things I like to use and then maybe even recommend. So I'm not going to get into like a step-by-step thing here, other than to just show you kind of a couple of the features. And then I'm going to give you the real reason why I like this. Here's kind of the thing with how systems like this work. You have a bunch of templates. Okay, and I'll just we'll just let one roll here. So there's a message, and it's all kind of ready to go. The other thing is these are short. One of the things you want to have with video ads is you want people to view the entire thing. If they do, then you get a little bit of a relevance score. A 3-minute ad is going to perform a lot worse in terms of getting in front of eyeballs than a 20 or 30-second video. Why? Because people might let this roll all the way to the end. Are they going to watch a 3-minute video? Well, maybe, but the chances are of getting all the way through this and getting that vote of, wow, I watched the whole thing. People are watching this entire video, says Facebook. I guess it must be engaging and or relevant. I would think I will put it in front of more eyeballs. Right? So, yeah, nice, short little templates. And again, I'm not going to get too much into this, but let's go ahead and select this. And I just want to show you that it's really just ridiculously kind of easy to do. In fact, I watched the tutorials just to make sure they were good, but I didn't need them really for pretty much anything. You can pick some music, so we'll just select this. You give the thing a name, and then you put in your message. It gives you some suggestions right here, and you can go ahead and step through and see what's going to happen next, which a lot of these systems don't. You start to modify this, and you don't know what's coming up next, and it's a pain, right? So this is kind of nice in that it keeps you on track, lets you craft it all in one spot here. The other nice thing that's kind of interesting is they have these things called done for you scripts. So, this is your standard get people's attention, tell them your solution, explain your benefit, but they also have these little pre-canned fields for other things. So like if you're creating an ad to drive people to a webinar registration or a free lead magnet, these kinds of things, or just to your blog post, you can pick, different scenarios here and use the script. And then you just go in and modify this. Nice, right? So you render it out and then you use it in your video ads. And that can be on Facebook, could be a video ad on YouTube, it could be on Instagram, whatever you want to do. So that's all good. I like it. Ease of use, all good. The kind of downside to systems like this is you don't get a whole lot of flexibility. This one in particular, I can't change the background, the paper. You can't really change the font. It is what it is. It does what it does. But what it does is it's going to deliver these messages in a fairly interesting and engaging way, right? So some of the videos you can customize things like the background picture. In fact, here you'll see it says custom images. So you don't have to put a book cover here. It can be a product box or any image you want, really, and things like that. So it tells you how many text elements you're going to want to modify, and then custom images. So here's another good example. This one is, I think it's for a dentist. Right? So it does that kind of thing, but you don't have to use it for a dentist thing. You can put any images you want back here. And the secret sauce is that it does the animation, with these boxes and the text. Again, so you don't get a ton of customization like I could do in Camtasia, but here's where I start in Camtasia, right? Here's where I start with a tool like this. So I kind of like that. Yeah, and now here's kind of the super deal here. Like I mentioned, there are a bunch of places that you can do these kinds of things. Let me jump over to just a couple here. One's called V-Roll, but let's talk about the biggest thing here, pricing, right? Check this out. In fact, the videos in AdReel are modeled off of the ones from V-Roll. They look almost identical. Here's the secret sauce. $97 a month. Okay, so that's one. Let me see, what's another one? Shaker. Shaker, SHAKR.com. I also like this site. I use this for inspiration a lot. I mean, I go in and look at their videos, and yeah, they're very easy to create. Okay, just like all the other templated sites. Let's browse. I use these for inspiration because, frankly, I can make these in Camtasia, or PowerPoint. But they're nice. They, again, have the design kind of already done. So I'll come in here and rip these off as far as, how they look or what they do and stuff like that. And they have collections here for online ads. So let's apply the filter there. Very nice. Again, equally easy to modify, but let's try this. Let's go to pricing. Okay, and here you go, or $84 a month. Some sites like this you can pay per render, which isn't too bad. You know, if I'm creating a video ad and it costs me 10 bucks to render one out, especially if it's really sweet looking, I'll do that all day long, you know. But here's kind of the cool part, is that AdReel has, you know, a very decent amount of templates, and they're pretty interesting, pretty good. Oh, there's some more. Some of them are part of a club, and I'll touch on that if anyone's interested. But you can actually, they'll have like 5 new ones every month, but you got to pay monthly if you want that option. But just with the regular offer, it's 67 bucks one-time fee to get all the regular templates. For pricing alone, and this is again a launch deal, it's only good for the week. After Friday, guess what? Well, they do what everybody else does, and they're going to go to like a monthly kind of a thing. So I recommended this for people if and only if you're going to actually create video ads. You know, although you could use them to do like meme videos and stuff, and I'll show you an example of that in a second. Or if you are seriously contemplating using video advertising in your business at some point in the future, if you lock it in at 67, that's a pretty good, you know, that's a pretty good way to go, in my opinion, for the quality. The rendering is wicked fast. But you don't necessarily have to use them just for ads. You can create kind of cool little messages and stuff. So in fact, we were talking about meme videos on my wall here, and I'll post this in the Facebook group. I'll share it to the Facebook group. But it's basically one of the ads, but I kind of made it a meme instead, right? So I like the motion, and I know I could modify the text, so I picked one that was kind of, you know, interesting, and I kicked this video out in about 3 minutes, and that's how long it took me to type, you know, the text that I wanted to put here. So that's kind of the deal. Like I say, I got a bunch of bonuses. A pretty decent couple of training courses on ads. I went through all the videos on these, and they're actually pretty good, which is somewhat surprising. And then there are some tools that come in a membership site. You get a link to register for this for free. Video Suite is another site and product of Ryan's, so he's giving away some kind of cool stuff. On Facebook, if you've ever seen a static image with a play button on it that people can click and it takes them somewhere else, this little thing lets you take your video thumbnail and adds a play button to it. So you create a little graphic that you could send in an email, you know, to get somebody to click, or post on your Facebook page or feed to get somebody to click and go watch a video. There's a thumbnail creator tool. I use PowerPoint mostly for that. And then a couple of other kind of cool things, bunch of stock audio and whatnot. But that's basically it for that. Hope it was kind of useful.